Shalom. Kahunga Yahweh Shemi Shai by Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel, Shalom to the 144,000, the 1/3 remnant, men, women, children of the whole family, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar Yash coming back at you with another lesson. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai, I pray and let's be edifying and straight to the point. And we're going to jump to this article from the peoplevoice.tv. It says, EU announces an end to online anonymity with introduction of the mandatory digital ID. So pretty soon you won't be able to go online privately, your accounts, your anything online, like you got a social media account or whatever. It won't be private. Okay? So without further ado, let's jump right into it. It says Belgium is joining the EU's push to kill anonymity on the internet, rolling out mandatory electronic IDs, EIDs, to lock down social media access for its citizens. So you won't be able to access the internet or nothing unless you have the digital ID. And really, that's going to be in the form of the C-HIP, man. Okay, that's, like I say, all roads lead to the M.O.T.B at the end of the day, man. Okay? You won't be able to participate in society, buy, sell, or do anything. Okay? It says for years, since 2003, Belgium has offered EIDs as an optional tool, one way to meet the national ID requirement for everyone over 12. But the game's changing. Upgrade with fingerprints since 2020. These cards are already a must for accessing government services online. Now they're set to become the gatekeeper for your tweets, posts, and likes. Yep, here we go. And that's going to happen here in Babylon too, man. It was announced earlier this month that citizens will soon be able to request digital versions of their ID cards that they can use on smartphones by November 26th. Okay, and then eventually that's going to be in the form of the C-HIP, man, where it's going to go inside your hand. Okay, the new form of the ID will be accepted not only for identification purposes, but also for online authentications, electronic signatures, and for travel between countries within the Schengen zone. Minister of the Interior Bernard Quentin stressed that the use of the digital ID will remain optional and that existing ID cards will still be valid. No, it won't. Last week, however, it was reported by the Belgian newspaper Heat Last. I'm not going to read that. That the country's new minister of public modernization says civil services, public enterprises, digitalization, and building administration, Vanessa Mount, is considering making digital ID mandatory for using social media. The newspaper said that this suggestion appears in a public note issued by M.O.T.B. So here we go. Caroline Jennings, who is the current feminist minister of welfare, praised the idea, of course. It is becoming increasingly clear that social media has a negative impact on the well-being of our children and young people, she says, and that's the reason why they're doing it, okay? As reported by, you see that, they are confronted with completely unrealistic ideas about beauty images of brutal violence and sexual abuse, fake news, and hate speech. And that's the reason why they're doing it. Okay? we need to intervene. This person added, it says, in real life, we find it perfectly normal to set boundaries and introduce age restrictions to protect our children and young people. Why should it be different in the digital world? So this is why they're doing it, man. Okay, because really why they're doing this, man. Okay, it's because the truth is coming out. Too much truth and too much information is coming out. Okay, about the agendas and about everything. Really, truth is coming out. More truth is coming out about Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and their agendas and what they're trying to push. Okay, and they don't want that. It says the minister did not address the obvious privacy issues that would arise from such legislation, despite the fact that a mandatory ID check would render online anonymity impossible for citizens of all ages. Other European countries are considering making a digital ID mandatory for social media use as well, and that's going to trickle down to Babylon. Okay, it starts over there in these other countries, then eventually it comes here to Babylon. It says last month, French Minister of Justice Gerald Darmanin said that he will be looking into such a scheme for French internet users in the coming weeks. All right, that's pretty much it for the article. As you can see, okay, they're about to push this thing, man. Okay, and really, they ain't gonna really make this mandatory, and really they ain't gonna make this CHIP mandatory, which is the M.O.T.B, until they, create some type of false flag until this economy crash. Okay, and eventually it's gonna trickle down to everything, man. Okay, so here we go. Okay, in order to access the internet, you're gonna have to need some type of digital ID, and eventually you're gonna need the M.O.T.B, man, which is the CHIP. So all roads at the end of the day lead to the CHIP. Okay, it leads to the M.O.T.B, the mark of the beast. Okay, so without further ado, let's get a few scriptures. We ain't gonna make this too long. Okay, because hey, we told you these days was coming. Okay, let's see. Uh, you know what? I might as well just go on and get Revelation. Might as well, because, like I said, I ain't gonna make this too long, man. This don't need to be a long lesson. Because, hey, we know what time it is. Okay? You know what time it is, and hey, these days are just speeding by, man. So, hey, you know what time it is. The hopeful elect, alright? The true listeners of the Lord's hopeful elect, man. Hey, we know what time it is. We know what time it is. We know what Esau's time is on, man. So he's about to push these things in order to get rid of, because they say, hey, it's about hate speech, it's about this and that. And we all know what it's really about. It's about the truth that's coming out. Too much information about these devils are coming out. Their history is being exposed. So this is why they're pushing this, okay? To control the narrative. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Okay? And then like they say, and if you want access to the internet, you have to have this digital ID. And eventually it's going to be the M.O.T.B, man, which is to see here. Let's read this scripture. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the Lord's going to keep us from the hour of temptation, man. Okay? And they're doing this to, hey, and really the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai is doing this, man. Okay? We don't give credit to these devils. The Lord's about to bring forth the family of the word. Okay? So, hey, this word has gone out throughout the four corners of the earth. And Esau is being exposed. So now, he's saying, now, in order for you to access the internet, you got to have this digital ID, man. Verse 11, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So we're going to hold fast to this truth, okay? Because we know what time it is. These devils are coming down with great wrath. Why? Because they know that they have a short time. Let's get it. start at verse 10. Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and the strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Mashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Okay, so these devils accuses us before our power day and night. Okay, and the accuser is Esau, even so-called white man. Okay, verse 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Okay, so we don't love our lives to the death here. We're going to overcome this devil. Anything this devil brings, we're going to overcome it. Verse 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. These devils know that their time is up, man. Okay? So they're about to bring it. Okay? Too much truth is coming out about these devils, so now, yeah. Eventually, they're going to just shut down the internet, man. But before that happens, okay? Yeah. Let's see. Revelation chapter 13 and let's read verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as were not worship the image of the beast should be killed, man. Okay, they're gonna starve you out. They're gonna, basically, they're gonna starve you out. They're gonna basically cut off the internet. Anything you saying online, they're gonna get rid of that, man. So hey, look for more channels of brothers to get deleted and all of that, man. So yeah, those are times that we're coming into. It's starting over there in the UK, man, but eventually it's gonna come here to Babylon. Everything that starts over there overseas in the other countries, eventually comes here to Babylon. Okay, they're gonna put restrictions on the internet. They're gonna put restrictions on anybody that's speaking the truth. Okay, and eventually you won't be able to access the internet. Okay, at all. Verse 16, and he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, and we already know what that mark is. The C-hip, man. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666. So we know what that is. Okay? In order to access the internet, buy, sell, or do anything, you're going to need that digital identification. Okay? It's the RFID C-hip. Okay? We're going to leave it at that. Okay? So, it's what the men of the Lord have been warning you about. And this prophecy is about to come to pass. Okay? And I think they're supposed to be going digital this summer. I think in June, I believe. Okay? So, everything's about to go digital, man. From your money to everything. Okay? You ain't gonna be able to do anything outside of these devils NWO. All that buying Bitcoin, selling Bitcoin, all this other bullshit, investing. Yeah, that's not gonna be happening to none of these devils, man. They're gonna control everything you do. Okay? Yeah, and that's what's gonna lead to a whole lot of chaos and a whole lot of destruction. Okay? Chaos in the streets, burning, looting, rioting, everything. Okay? Because people ain't going to go for it. Second is the 15th chapter. It's close at hand. Okay? People are already finding out about how their government is doing them, man. Especially the damn Edomites that trusted in this fucking ass government. Okay? That believed in this government as long as it was Jake going through the shit. Alright? These Edomites didn't give a damn. But now they're catching hell and going through it now. Now all of a sudden it's we the people now. No, there's no we, man. Now all of a sudden they're looking for forgiveness. They know the judgment is at hand, man. So, yeah, these devils know that their time is up, man. Okay, they know the judgment is close at hand. They know, yeah, they know, especially these elites. They see the writing on the wall, man. They know what time it is. Let's read this. It's Revelation chapter 14 and verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wrath of her fornication. Drink the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Babylon is fallen. Okay? Verse 9. And the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead and his hand. So we're talking to 2/3 of our people, man. Basically, you Israelites in general. If you take this devil's M-A-R-K, the mark, the C-hip, what's going to happen? Verse 10, the saints shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is poured out without measure into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So you're going to be left here to become missile food, man. Okay? You're going to be a part of that second death, which is that fire here in Babylon, the great America. So, before that time arrives, okay, don't take this devil's mark, man. Don't take it, okay? And we warn you not to take it, okay? So, the blood is off our hands if you do. If you trust in Esau's system, you're going to go down with it, okay? Let's see, anything else I got? No, I'm gonna end it here, man. Like I said, I just wanted to do this little quick lesson. I ain't gonna tend to make this long because hey, we already know what time it is. The days are being shortened for the elect's sake, so prophecies are moving fast, man. So with that, I praise and bless was edifying. All praises and glorifications goes to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. So to the next one, Shalom, Kwam Yashuranga, Why Ababa. We almost out of here. We're close. Shalom.